My child, the day is slowly fading, and I am drawing you into a quieter place. The noise around you does not have to follow you into this night. The weight you carried through the hours does not have to rest on your shoulders any longer. I am here, and I am near, and I am speaking gently to your heart. Before sleep comes, before your thoughts wander again, before fear tries to return and sit beside you, I want you to hear me clearly. You are not alone in this room. You are not forgotten in this season. You are not unseen in this moment. I am with you, and my presence is softer than the evening light, deeper than the silence around you, and stronger than every burden that tried to break your peace today. Now let your body grow still, and let your breathing become slow and easy. Let each breath remind you that I have carried you through this day, and I will carry you through this night as well. Let your mind stop running in circles. Let your heart come out of the storm. Let your soul stop trying to hold everything together by its own strength. You do not need to force peace to come, because my peace is already moving toward you. You do not need to earn rest, because rest is a gift I love to place in the hands of my child. Tonight I am not asking you to perform, or explain, or prove anything. I am simply asking you to come close, and to trust that I am enough for you here. My child, I want you to imagine that heaven is filled with a holy music, a deep and gentle harmony that does not rush, does not stumble, and does not fall apart. I am the one who leads it. I hold every sound in wisdom, every note in order, every movement in perfect love. Nothing in my care is random. Nothing in my hands is wasted. What seems scattered to you is not scattered to me. What feels delayed to you is not delayed to me. What feels broken to you is not beyond my restoring power. I am the conductor of peace, and all that belongs to me moves under my hand with purpose, with timing, and with grace. You have lived through moments when life sounded harsh, loud, and confused. There were seasons when your heart felt out of rhythm, when your prayers seemed weak, when your courage felt small, when your future looked uncertain. But even then, my child, I had not stepped away. Even then, I had not lost sight of you. Even then, I was still arranging what you could not understand. I was still keeping time over your life. I was still guiding your steps, even when your path looked dim. What you call confusion, I can turn into meaning. What you call delay, I can turn into protection. What you call weakness, I can fill with my strength. Tonight I invite you into the music of my peace. Not the peace the world offers for a moment and then takes away, but the peace that comes from my heart, the peace that stays when the room is dark, the peace that remains when answers are not yet clear, the peace that can hold you while you sleep. My peace is not shallow. It is not fragile. It is not borrowed. It is living, steady, and full of my presence. When I give you peace, I am not giving you an empty feeling. I am giving you myself, near, attentive, and full of love. My child, every life has its own sound, and every soul has its own place in my design. I did not create you to be a copy of another person. I did not shape your heart to disappear in the crowd. I formed you with intention, with tenderness, and with holy purpose. There is a place for you in the work I am doing. There is beauty I placed in you that I did not place in anyone else in the same way. There is a note in your life that matters to me. There is a sound of faith, love, endurance, and surrender that rises from your story, and I hear it even when you think it is too small. Some of my children think that only the loud and visible things matter. They think they must be noticed, praised, or celebrated to have value. But I want you to know something deeper tonight. I delight in the hidden faithfulness that no one else sees. I cherish the quiet obedience that does not ask for attention. I remember the tears you never explained, the prayers you whispered when your voice was weak, the moments you chose kindness when you were tired, the times you held on to me when no one knew how much it cost you. My child, these things are precious to me. Heaven sees what earth overlooks. In the music hall of faith, every instrument matters, and every sound has a purpose. Some sounds are bold, some are soft, some rise clearly, some support in the background, some lead for a moment, and some stay hidden while strengthening the whole. This is how my body moves in the earth. I have made many different people, with many different gifts, and I do not ask them all to sound the same. I ask them to follow me. I ask them to trust my hand. I ask them to move with love, to live with humility, and to remember that harmony is more beautiful than pride. My child, listen closely now, and hear the first gentle rhythms of peace. The deep and steady sound begins like a calm heartbeat, sure, grounded, and quiet. It reminds you that not everything is falling apart. It reminds you that there is still order under my care. It reminds you that I am not nervous about your future. I am not shaken by your weakness. I am not confused by your pain. I remain the same, constant, faithful, and full of mercy. Let that steady rhythm settle your thoughts now. Let it slow the racing inside you. Let it tell your anxious heart that I am still God, and I am still near. When the mind is tired, it often believes every fearful thought that comes to it. It believes that nothing will change, that no help is coming, that every struggle will last forever. But the thoughts that trouble you in the night do not rule over me. I speak a better word. I speak peace over confusion. I speak hope over weariness. I speak truth over fear. I speak rest over the places in you that have been strained by too much pressure and too much silence. I do not mock your weakness. I do not grow tired of your need. I come close to the weary, and I remain with the burdened, and I hold the child who has no strength left to pretend. My child, there are sounds in my peace that awaken joy again. There are bright notes that remind the soul how to praise. There are moments when worship rises, not because life is easy, but because I am worthy. Worship is not only for strong days. Worship is also for tired evenings, for tear-filled prayers, for lonely rooms, for slow healing, for uncertain waiting. When you praise me in weakness, your soul becomes honest before me. When you lift your heart in the middle of pain, you are not ignoring reality, you are placing reality beneath my greatness. That is why praise has power. It lifts your eyes. It softens your fear. It teaches your heart to breathe again. Tonight let praise be gentle. Let it be simple. You do not need perfect words. You do not need long speeches. You do not need polished language. You only need a willing heart. You can say that I am good. You can say that I am here. You can say that I have kept you. You can say that I will not leave you. You can say that you belong to me. These small words carry great peace when they come from trust. They become light in the dark. They become warmth in the cold place. They become rest for the weary heart. My child, I have given many gifts to my people, and every gift has beauty when it is surrendered to me. Some carry a gift of comfort. Some carry a gift of wisdom. Some carry a gift of service. Some carry a gift of generosity. Some carry a gift of encouragement. Some speak life with gentle words. Some strengthen others through quiet acts of love. Some endure long trials and become living testimonies of my faithfulness. Some know how to bring peace into troubled spaces. Some know how to pray when others cannot find words. I am the giver of every good gift, and I do not hand out gifts carelessly. If I placed something in you, it has purpose. Do not despise the way I made you. Do not reject what I am shaping in you just because it does not look like someone else. Comparison steals peace, and pride blinds the heart, but trust opens the soul to grace. I do not compare my children the way the world does. I look deeper. I look at surrender. I look at faithfulness. I look at love. I look at whether a heart is willing to let me lead. That is why a quiet soul can please me greatly. That is why a hidden life can shine brightly in heaven. That is why even the child who feels unnoticed can be precious and powerful in my kingdom. My child, there is also a breath in this holy music, soft and clear, moving like wind through open air. It reminds you of how near my spirit is. My spirit does not come to confuse you, but to comfort you. He does not press you with harshness, but draws you with peace. He does not fill your night with noise, but covers you with gentle truth. As you breathe in, remember that I am giving you life in this very moment. As you breathe out, release what you were never meant to carry alone. Release the fear of tomorrow. Release the shame of yesterday. Release the need to control what only I can hold. Release the hidden sorrow you have kept under the surface. Let it go into my hands, and let my spirit calm the places in you that have been trembling. I know, my child, that you have questions. I know that there are prayers still waiting for answers. I know that there are wounds that do not heal all at once. I know that there are memories that still ache when you are quiet enough to feel them. I know there are parts of your story that seem unfinished and hard to understand. But my love for you is not delayed until everything makes sense. My peace for you is not postponed until every battle is over. I come to you now, in the middle of the unfinished place. I sit with you in the middle of the waiting. I stay with you in the middle of the mystery. This is who I am. I do not abandon my child while the process is still unfolding. There are nights when you feel strong, and there are nights when you feel fragile. There are days when faith feels bright, and there are days when it feels like a small flame trying to stay alive in the wind. But I am not measuring you by how impressive you feel. I am holding you by my mercy. I am keeping you by my faithfulness. I am loving you with a love that does not fade when your strength is low. My child, if all you can do tonight is rest in my name, that is enough. If all you can do tonight is whisper a small prayer, that is enough. If all you can do tonight is listen and let my words settle over you, that is enough. I am not asking you to be more than a child in need of me. Listen now to the soft joining of sounds, deep and light, near and far, simple and rich. This is how my peace works in you. I do not heal only one part and leave the rest untouched. I move through the whole person. I quiet your thoughts. I steady your breathing. I ease your body. I comfort your emotions. I remind your soul that it is safe with me. I gather your scattered pieces. I slow the noise within. I lead the hidden parts of you back into harmony. What stress has divided, I can calm. What sorrow has weakened, I can strengthen. What fear has tightened, I can loosen with my love. My child, I want you to know that your life is not a mistake, and your place in my story is not uncertain. You belong to me. You belong in my care. You belong in my peace. Even when people do not understand you, I understand you. Even when others cannot see what I am doing in you, I see it clearly. Even when you feel out of place in the world, you are not out of place in my heart. I know the sound of your cry. I know the pattern of your thoughts. I know what exhausts you. I know what you miss. I know what you hope for. I know what makes you afraid. And knowing all of this, I still draw near with tenderness, not distance. Let your heart receive this now, my child. You do not have to create your own peace. You only have to receive mine. You do not have to hold your soul together by force. You only have to rest in my hands. You do not have to solve this whole life tonight. You only have to sleep in my care. Tomorrow has its place, but this moment is for quiet trust. This moment is for surrender. This moment is for stillness. This moment is for letting my voice become greater than the noise that followed you all day. As the music of peace continues, let every part of you settle more deeply. Let your forehead relax. Let your jaw grow soft. Let your shoulders drop. Let your hands unclench. Let your chest breathe slowly. Let your legs become heavy with rest. Let your thoughts drift away from striving. Let the room grow kinder. Let the darkness lose its threat. Let your spirit feel covered. I am here. I am watching. I am guarding. I am blessing this night with my presence. The first part of this holy symphony is not about striving, but about belonging. It is not about proving, but receiving. It is not about fear, but trust. It is not about being impressive, but being held. I am teaching your soul again how to rest under my care. I am reminding you that peace is not a distant thing. Peace has a voice, and that voice is mine. Peace has a touch, and that touch is mine. Peace has a home, and that home is in my presence. So close your eyes now, my child, and let my love be the last sound that stays with you. Let my gentleness cover your mind. Let my strength hold your weakness. Let my nearness quiet every hidden fear. You are safe with me tonight. You are loved with an everlasting love. You are still in my hands, and nothing will take you from them. Sleep under my care, breathe under my peace, and rest under my watchful love. My child, I pray that my peace will cover your heart, quiet your mind, soften your body, and carry you into deep and gentle rest tonight. My child, now the night grows deeper, and I draw you even closer into the stillness of my heart. The first sounds of peace have already begun to quiet the strain within you, and now I want to teach you something gentle and beautiful. I want to remind you that I have placed meaning inside your life. I have not made you empty. I have not made you by accident. I have not asked you to walk this world without purpose. There is breath in you because I gave it. There is longing in you because I formed your soul to seek what is true. There is tenderness in you because my love has touched places even your own words do not fully understand. As you rest with me, think of a soft melody carried by breath, clear, calm, and tender. It does not force itself into the room. It does not shout for attention. It moves with grace. It passes through the air with quiet beauty. This is how many of my gifts move in the lives of my children. Not with noise, not with pride, not with self-praise, but with simple grace. Some of the most powerful things I do are not loud at all. They arrive gently. They reach the heart slowly. They heal what has been wounded without drawing attention to themselves. My child, never think that quiet things are weak. Many of the deepest works of my spirit come softly. Tonight I want you to hear my voice as a calm breath over your soul. I am not rushing you. I am not pressing you with fear. I am not standing far away, asking you to climb to me by your own strength. I am near. I am speaking close to your heart. I am reminding you that every gift I place in a person carries purpose, and every grace I pour into a life is meant to reveal something of my goodness. The world may tell you that worth comes from being seen by many, but I tell you that worth begins in being known by me. Before anyone understood you, I knew you. Before anyone called your name with kindness, I called you my own. Before you learned how to hide your pain, I already saw it, and I still chose to love you. My child, there are gifts in you that have not yet fully opened. There are places of beauty in you that are still unfolding. Do not be discouraged by the slow pace of growth. I do not hurry the deep things. I do not rush what needs roots. A flower that opens too quickly cannot endure the heat of the day, and a soul that is formed too quickly cannot always carry the weight of true calling. I know how to shape your life with wisdom. I know when to hide you, when to reveal you, when to strengthen you, when to let you rest, when to stretch your faith, and when to cover you in silence. All of it matters. All of it belongs to my work in you. There are moments when you have looked at others and felt small. You have seen what they seem to carry, and you have wondered if you have enough. You have heard their voices, watched their strength, noticed their confidence, and then turned inward with doubt. But comparison has never told you the truth. Comparison cannot reveal your place in my heart. Comparison cannot explain your design. Comparison cannot measure the hidden beauty of surrender. I did not ask you to become another person. I asked you to walk with me. I asked you to trust me. I asked you to let my life move through yours in the way I intended from the beginning. My child, if you could see the beauty of a life fully yielded to me, you would stop fearing whether it looks impressive. A life that trusts me as fragrance. A life that rests in me as light. A life that obeys me, even in weakness, carries beauty deeper than outward strength. When you think of the gifts I give, do not think only of talents that others can praise. Think also of patience. Think of kindness. Think of quiet endurance. Think of the ability to forgive after deep hurt. Think of compassion for those who are suffering. Think of a gentle word that stops another heart from breaking. Think of the grace to stay faithful when no one notices. These are not small things. These are holy things. These are places where my spirit shines. When breath moves through a gentle instrument, the sound that rises depends on surrender. If the passage is blocked, the beauty is restrained. If the way is open, the song can move freely. So it is with the soul. When fear, bitterness, pride, or constant striving fill the heart, peace struggles to move. But when the heart opens, when it becomes honest before me, when it lays down self-defense, when it releases what it cannot control, my spirit moves through it with freedom. My child, you do not need to become hard to survive. You do not need to shut down your tenderness in order to endure. I can protect what is soft in you. I can strengthen what is gentle in you. I can make your tenderness a place of holy strength. Sometimes you have thought that your sensitivity was a burden. You have felt deeply, cared deeply, remembered deeply, and because of that you have also hurt deeply. The sharpness of the world has seemed too heavy for your heart. But do not despise the places where you feel deeply. When surrendered to me, those places can become channels of compassion. They can become places where you understand others with mercy. They can become doors through which my comfort flows into hurting lives. I do not waste the parts of you that feel deeply. I redeem them. I teach them how to love without drowning. I teach them how to care without losing peace. I teach them how to remain open while resting safely in me. My child, every gift needs my breath. Without me, even a beautiful ability can become empty, proud, restless, or misused. But with me, even a small offering becomes full of life. A short prayer can carry great power when it is filled with faith. A simple act of care can become a holy moment when it is moved by love. A hidden obedience can change more than you realize when it is placed in my hands. Do not wait to feel grand before offering me your life. Bring me what is real. Bring me what is small. Bring me what is unfinished. Bring me what is trembling. Bring me what is honest. I know how to breathe on what you surrender. There's also something I want you to understand tonight about unity. I did not create my children to live in isolation from one another in pride and suspicion. I called them into a living body, a place of belonging, a place where different gifts serve one another in love. The world celebrates self-importance, but my kingdom reveals something better. In my kingdom, greatness is touched by humility. Strength is made beautiful by gentleness. Wisdom is made safe by love. Leadership is made holy by service. A gift becomes most radiant when it is offered for the good of others and not merely for the praise of self. My child, when you learn to rejoice in the grace I have placed in others, your own heart grows freer. Envy loses its hold. Fear loses its voice. Peace begins to settle where striving once lived. You do not have to compete for your place with me. That place is already given by love. You do not have to defend your value before me. I already know it. You do not have to live with your hands clenched, afraid there will not be enough grace for you. My grace is not scarce. My love is not limited. My gifts are not distributed in panic. I know exactly what each of my children needs, and I know exactly what I have set inside them. Some seasons bring hidden growth. Some bring visible fruit. Some bring learning. Some bring pouring out. But in every season, I remain wise. In every season, I remain near. My child, maybe part of your weariness has come from trying to become something by force. Maybe you have pushed yourself too hard, afraid that if you slow down you will lose your worth. Maybe you have carried expectations that came from people, from old wounds, from fear of failure, or from the pressure to prove yourself. But tonight I ask you to let those weights fall. Your life was not meant to be built on anxious effort. Your soul was not formed to survive on constant pressure. You were made to live from my presence. You were made to draw strength from my love. You were made to breathe in grace, not panic. You were made to receive from me, then give from that fullness. That is why stillness matters. Stillness is not emptiness. Stillness is not wasting time. Stillness is where many deeper things are heard. When you become quiet before me, your soul begins to notice what noise is covered. You notice where fear has been speaking. You notice where grief has remained hidden. You notice where hope still flickers. You notice where my love has quietly protected you through more than you realized. Stillness lets the heart breathe. Stillness teaches the inner life to listen. Stillness opens space for healing. My child, do not be afraid of quiet moments with me. Many of the answers you seek are not found in speed, but in nearness. When I speak to your heart, I do not only speak about tasks and outcomes. I speak identity. I speak belonging. I speak truth over your hidden places. I remind you that you are my child, not an abandoned soul wandering without cover. I remind you that I am your source, not the unstable opinions of others. I remind you that your calling is held in my hands, not in the hands of those who misunderstood you. I remind you that my timing over your life is good, even when it unfolds slowly. I remind you that my voice is kinder than the voice of shame. I remind you that my plans for you are not crushed by setbacks, delays, or seasons of weakness. My child, there is beauty in learning to receive. Many people want to give, to build, to achieve, to serve, to produce, yet they do not know how to receive love, rest, or healing. But a soul that does not know how to receive from me will soon become dry. You cannot pour from emptiness forever. You cannot comfort others while refusing my comfort for yourself. You cannot carry light to others while always turning away from the light I offer you. Tonight I ask you to receive. Receive my peace. Receive my affection. Receive my patient care. Receive my nearness without suspicion. Receive rest without guilt. Receive the truth that you are loved, not because you have done enough, but because my heart has chosen you. There are places in you that still need my healing touch. There are parts of your story where words were spoken that should never have been spoken. There are memories where love was absent and fear grew instead. There are disappointments that settled in your heart like heavy dust. There are seasons that left you wondering if what you gave was ever enough. I know these places, my child. I do not turn away from them. I do not ask you to pretend they are not there. I come close to them. I bring light into them. I breathe peace into them. Healing is often gentle. It often comes slowly, like morning light filling a room. But slow healing is still real healing, and I am faithful in it. As the night holds you, let my spirit move through every tired place in you. Let me breathe courage where you have felt small. Let me breathe hope where disappointment has lingered. Let me breathe comfort into grief. Let me breathe mercy into shame. Let me breathe rest into your nervous thoughts. Let me breathe softness back into the places that became hard from pain. I am not ashamed of your weakness. I am not impatient with your process. I am not distant from your struggle. I am your shepherd, and I know how to lead you gently. My child, remember that the beauty of a gift is not only in what it can do, but in how it reveals my heart. A gift of comfort reveals my tenderness. A gift of wisdom reveals my truth. A gift of service reveals my humility. A gift of generosity reveals my abundance. A gift of encouragement reveals my delight in lifting the weary. A gift of prayer reveals my desire for communion. A gift of faith reveals my strength in human weakness. So when you think about your life, do not only ask what you can accomplish. Ask how my heart might shine through you. Ask how my love might move through the way you speak, the way you listen, the way you remain faithful, the way you forgive, the way you keep trusting me. Perhaps tonight you feel as though your life is too ordinary to matter. Perhaps you think your days are too repetitive, too hidden, too small. But you do not see as I see. I see the mother who keeps loving through exhaustion. I see the father who keeps working with quiet devotion. I see the one who prays in secret for those who never say thank you. I see the weary heart that still chooses gentleness. I see the one who keeps showing up, even after deep disappointment. I see the child who still reaches for me with trembling faith. These things matter. These things shine. These things carry eternal beauty when laid before me. My child, I also want you to know that there is no need to fear the slow way I teach you. I know the world loves quick results, instant praise, immediate visibility. But roots grow in hidden places. Depth grows in secret. Wisdom matures through waiting. Discernment is formed through listening. Peace becomes stable through repeated trust. The life that endures is often the life that was shaped quietly. So do not call your hidden season wasted. Do not call your waiting season empty. If you are with me, then even the silent season is filled with purpose. Even now, as you lie still and breathe slowly, I am doing deep work in you. Let this truth settle into your soul now, my child. You are allowed to rest while I continue to work. You are allowed to sleep while I continue to guard. You are allowed to be still while I continue to move on your behalf. I do not need your constant worrying in order to care for your life. I do not need your anxious thoughts in order to protect your future. I do not need your fear in order to remain faithful. I am God, and I am already at work in places you cannot yet see. Trust me enough to sleep. Trust me enough to unclench. Trust me enough to stop carrying tonight what belongs in my hands. As this second movement of peace fills the room, let the breath of my spirit become more real to you. Let it move across your mind like cool air after heat. Let it move through your heart like calm after noise. Let it move over your body like a soft covering. Let the gift of this moment be simple, quiet trust. Let the pressure to perform leave you. Let the ache of comparison fade. Let the fear of not being enough loosen its grip. I have not asked you to be everything. I have only asked you to remain in me. From that place, fruit grows. From that place, love deepens. From that place, your true life begins to sound with beauty. My child, when morning comes, I will still be with you. The peace of this night is not meant only for these dark hours. It is meant to teach your heart a deeper way of living. A soul that has learned to rest in me will carry a different kind of strength into the day. It will not need to run on panic. It will not need to build itself on fear. It will know how to return inwardly to my presence, even in the middle of work, difficulty, conversation, or demand. This is one of my gifts to you, not only sleep for the body, but training for the heart, so that peace can become more than a moment, it can become a way of abiding with me. So now rest deeper, my child. Let the melody of grace continue around you. Let every truth I have spoken settle into you like soft rain into dry ground. Let yourself believe that you are known. Let yourself believe that you are wanted. Let yourself believe that what I placed in you matters. Let yourself believe that my spirit knows how to shape you without breaking you. Let yourself believe that quiet beauty is still beauty. Let yourself believe that I am tender with your life. My child, I pray that my breath of peace will fill your heart, awaken every gift I have placed in you, heal your hidden wounds, and teach you to rest in my love through this night. My child, the night has become deeper now, and the world around you is growing quiet in a way that lets the hidden places of the heart begin to speak. This is often the hour when memories rise, when longings return, when burdens that were pushed aside in the day come back and sit near the soul. But do not be afraid of this quieter hour. I am with you here. I am not absent from the parts of the night that feel deep and tender. I am not far from the places in you that still ache. I am not unwilling to sit with you in the stillness. I remain close, and my love does not weaken when the room becomes silent. My presence is not smaller in the dark. It is steady, watchful, and full of peace. Now I want you to rest under my song. I want you to know that I do not only speak to correct or guide you, I also sing over you with love. I do not only lead you through duty, I also surround you with tenderness. There are times when the soul does not need more striving, more effort, more explanation. There are times when the soul needs to be held. There are times when the weary heart needs to know that it is loved before it is strong again. That is where I meet you tonight. Not in pressure, not in demand, but in gentle covering. My child, let my love become like music around your life, soft, deep, healing, and true. Think of a quiet melody carried by strings in the evening, smooth and warm, moving slowly through the air. It does not rush. It does not force. It lingers with patience. It reaches places that noise cannot reach. It carries feeling without becoming heavy. It carries truth without becoming harsh. This is how my love often moves in the wounded heart. I know how to speak to you in a way that does not crush your bruised places. I know how to touch the hidden pain without tearing it open with violence. I know how to bring comfort that goes deeper than words. My child, I am gentle with you, even when life has not been gentle. You have known moments when your heart was tired beyond what others understood. You have smiled when you were weary. You have kept going when your soul wanted rest. You have held conversations while carrying pain inside. You have faced people while hiding tears they never saw. You have had days when your body kept moving, but your inner strength felt thin. I know those moments. I saw them all. I did not look away from you in them. And tonight I want to remind you that my care for you is personal. I do not love you in a distant way. I know the details. I know the hidden cost of what you have carried. I know the places where you became tired from being strong for too long. My child, some wounds do not come from one great event, but from many small moments of disappointment, misunderstanding, neglect, and strain. Some weariness comes from battles that were never fully named. Some sadness comes from love that was hoped for but not received. Some heaviness comes from holding the needs of others while forgetting how to care for your own soul. Some pain comes from feeling unseen in places where you wanted to be known. I know all these forms of sorrow. I know the slow aching kind, the kind that does not always cry out loudly, but stays in the corners of the heart. I know the silent wounds, and I know how to heal them with patience. Let me say this to you again, my child, you do not have to hide your weariness from me. You do not have to present a stronger version of yourself in order to be loved by me. You do not need to polish your heart before bringing it close. Come as you are. Come tired. Come confused. Come with questions. Come with weak faith. Come with tears if they are there. Come with silence if you have no words. Come with a restless mind if you cannot easily settle it. I am not offended by your need. I am moved by it. I am not pushed away by your weakness. I come nearer to it. I am not impatient with your process. I remain faithful through it. There is a difference between the noise of the world and the song of my peace. The world fills the air with pressure, demand, comparison, and fear. It tells you to move faster, achieve more, appear stronger, and prove yourself again and again. But my song does not speak that way. My song tells your soul to breathe. My song tells your body to rest. My song tells your heart that it is safe in my hands. My song tells the anxious mind that it does not have to solve everything tonight. My song tells the grieving spirit that it is not alone. My song tells the hidden child inside you that it is still deeply loved. My child, when I sing over you, I am not ignoring your pain. I am surrounding it with greater truth. I am reminding your soul that sorrow is not your master. I am reminding your fears that they do not own the night. I am reminding your weary thoughts that my peace is stronger than their noise. I am reminding your body that it was not created to live under endless strain. I am reminding your spirit that you belong to me, and nothing can remove you from my care. This is why my nearness matters so deeply. When you feel alone, fear grows louder. But when you know I am near, the heart begins to loosen its grip on panic. There are nights when you lie down, but your thoughts do not. Your mind moves from one concern to another, from one memory to another, from one fear to another. You think about what was said, what was lost, what might happen, what should have been different, what still has not changed. And even though your body longs for sleep, your inner life feels restless. My child, I understand that struggle. I know how exhausting it is when the mind will not grow quiet. That is why I speak to you with gentleness now. Let my voice interrupt the cycle. Let my truth slow the spinning. Let my presence become more real than the pressure inside you. You do not have to force yourself into peace. You do not have to fight every thought with frantic effort. You can let my words settle over you like a blanket. You can let my love become a soft covering over your mind. You can let my nearness do what your striving could not do. Sometimes peace enters slowly, not all at once, but gently, like a calm tide rising over the shore. Let it come that way tonight. Let yourself soften into my care. Let your thoughts become less sharp. Let your breath become less guarded. Let the inner trembling begin to ease. I am here, and I know how to bring quiet where there has been unrest. My child, I also know the deeper loneliness that can visit a person even when others are around. There are kinds of solitude that are not about being physically alone, but about feeling unknown, unheard, or emotionally distant from those nearby. You may have known what it is to speak and still not feel understood. You may have known what it is to carry pain that others did not notice. You may have known what it is to appear steady while feeling fragile inside. These things can make the soul very tired. But hear me clearly tonight. I know you fully, and I am not distant from your inner life. Nothing in you is hidden from my sight, and nothing honest in you makes me turn away. I hear the sigh that never became a sentence. I hear the prayer that stayed in your chest because you were too tired to say it aloud. I hear the ache behind your patience. I hear the longing behind your silence. I hear the exhaustion behind your calm face. I hear the fear behind your attempts to stay in control. I hear the sadness behind your smile. And because I hear, I also come near. I do not only observe. I respond with mercy. I respond with care. I respond with a presence that stays. My child, I am not just aware of your pain, I am active in my love toward you. Tonight I want your soul to remember that healing does not always look dramatic. Sometimes healing is simply being able to breathe again. Sometimes healing is being able to lie down without carrying every burden into the bed. Sometimes healing is the first small release of a clenched heart. Sometimes healing is the courage to stop pretending. Sometimes healing is a tear that finally falls after being held back for too long. Sometimes healing is the quiet realization that you are safe enough with me to rest. Do not despise these gentle beginnings. They matter. They are holy. They are signs that my peace is moving through places that have been closed for a long time. My child, the music of my love reaches places in you that words alone often cannot reach. It moves beneath the surface. It settles under the fear. It touches the old bruises. It enters the tired memory. It speaks where the heart has become guarded. I know how to restore what has been strained by long disappointment. I know how to calm what has been stirred by grief. I know how to tend the soul that has been overwhelmed by too much responsibility. I know how to comfort the heart that has been carrying both love and pain at the same time. There is nothing confused to me about your inner life. I see it clearly, and I care for it tenderly. You may wonder sometimes why I do not remove every struggle at once. You may wish for quicker answers, quicker healing, quicker relief. I understand that desire. But there are places in the soul that are restored most deeply through a steady nearness, through repeated trust, through learning to rest in my love again and again. I am not only interested in ending your discomfort. I am also forming your heart in closeness with me. I am teaching you that my presence can hold you through the process. I am teaching you that peace is not only the absence of pain, but the presence of my love in the middle of it. My child, there are parts of your story where you thought you had to survive alone. There were moments when you felt you had to become your own shelter, your own strength, your own answer. And perhaps for a time you did what you could to keep going. But I never asked you to be your own savior. I never asked you to carry your life without my help. I never asked your heart to become hard in order to endure. I came to be your refuge. I came to be your peace. I came to be your shepherd. I came to stay with you in both joy and pain. Let that truth become simple and real tonight. You do not have to save yourself. You only have to rest in my care. Listen to the softness of this night now. Let it become a place of trust instead of fear. Let the darkness stop feeling like emptiness and begin to feel like a covering where my love watches over you. Let the quiet stop feeling like loneliness and begin to feel like sacred space where my voice can be heard. I am not absent from the hours when others sleep. I am still awake with love. I am still attentive. I am still watching over you. The same hand that holds the stars is holding your life. The same wisdom that orders the heavens is guarding your heart. The same love that formed you has not grown tired of caring for you. My child, there are things in you that need to be sung back into peace. There are thoughts that have lived too long under fear. There are emotions that have remained knotted because they were never given room to rest. There are memories that still carry sharp edges. There are hopes that became quiet because disappointment taught them caution. I know all of this, and I still say to your soul, be still in my love. Let me sing over the fear. Let me sing over the grief. Let me sing over the shame. Let me sing over the exhaustion. Let me sing over the parts of you that forgot what peace feels like. My song is not weak. My gentleness is not shallow. My tenderness has power. And as I sing over you, my child, I want you to notice how my love does not shame you for being tired. I do not say that your weariness is failure. I do not say that your weakness makes you less precious. I do not say that your tears are proof that you have not trusted enough. No, I call you close. I call you beloved. I call you held. I call you safe. I call you mine. The heart heals differently when it is loved without accusation. The soul rests differently when it is welcomed without pressure. That is how I love you. That is how I restore you. Not with harshness, but with truth wrapped in mercy. If your heart feels fragile tonight, let it be fragile in my hands. If your faith feels small tonight, let it be small in my presence. If your body feels heavy tonight, let it grow heavy with rest and not with fear. If your soul feels tender tonight, let it be tender where my love can cover it. You do not need to become strong before sleeping. You do not need to have all the answers before resting. You do not need to untangle every emotion before giving this night to me. Rest first. Let my peace meet you first. Let my love settle around you first. Much changes in the soul when it is finally allowed to rest. My child, remember this too, your pain has not ruined your beauty in my eyes. Your weariness has not made you less worthy of tenderness. Your slow healing has not disappointed me. Your need for comfort does not make you weak in the way the world imagines weakness. It makes you human, and I have always known that. I formed you with a heart that needs love, with a spirit that needs peace, with a body that needs rest, with a soul that longs for safety. These needs do not annoy me. I created them so you would know how deeply you need my presence. Need can become a doorway. Need can become a holy place where my love enters more deeply. There is also joy in my song, my child, not loud and hurried joy, but deep and steady joy. The kind of joy that rises quietly from being held. The kind of joy that does not deny sorrow, but remains alive beneath it. The kind of joy that can survive the night because it is rooted in my love and not in changing circumstances. I want that joy to live in you. I want your heart to know that peace and joy can return, even after long weariness. I want your soul to remember that tenderness and strength can live together. I want your spirit to believe that I am still able to make beautiful things grow in the places that once knew only strain. So now let every part of you rest deeper under my song. Let your eyes grow heavy. Let your breathing become slower. Let your mind stop trying to solve tomorrow. Let your heart stop rehearsing old pain. Let your body receive the gift of stillness. Let the room become a place of blessing. Let the night become a place of healing. Let my voice be the one that remains when all other thoughts begin to fade. I am with you, my child. I am for you. I am covering you. I am restoring you in ways you cannot fully see yet. I am closer than the fear, deeper than the sorrow, and stronger than the burden. As you drift toward rest, remember this simple truth: I love you in the quiet. I love you in the ache. I love you in the slow healing. I love you in the tired places. I love you in the hidden places. I love you when your faith feels bright, and I love you when your faith feels weak. I love you when you know what to say, and I love you when silence is all you have. My love does not rise and fall with your condition. My care does not disappear when you are weary. My presence does not wait for a better version of you. I am here now, and I will remain. Sleep now under my song, my child. Let my peace be your covering. Let my love be your quiet shelter. Let the music of my heart calm every troubled place within you. Tonight you do not rest alone. Tonight you are watched over by the one who formed you, knows you, and delights in you still. My child, I pray that my song of love will quiet your thoughts, heal your hidden pain, lift your weariness, and carry your soul into deep and peaceful rest tonight. My child, the night is still here, and I am still beside you. I have not stepped away while your thoughts have slowed. I have not turned from you while your body grows heavier with rest. I remain near, and now I want to speak to the deeper places in your heart, the places that carry guilt, regret, sadness, disappointment, and the quiet ache of things you wish had been different. There are burdens that sit on the soul in a different way than daily stress. They are not only the burdens of schedule, noise, or fatigue. They are the burdens of memory, the burdens of failure, the burdens of words spoken in pain, the burdens of chances missed, the burdens of wounds carried too long. I know these weights, and I know how silently they can shape the night. I know how a person can appear calm on the outside while carrying unrest within. That is why I speak to you now with mercy. I do not come to accuse you. I come to restore you. My child, there are times when the heart becomes tired not only from what others have done, but also from what it remembers about itself. There are moments when your own thoughts become heavy because you remember what you should have done differently, what you should have said differently, what you wish you had not allowed, what you wish you had not believed, what you wish you had not become for a time. Regret can sit like a shadow beside the soul. Shame can whisper in the dark. Old failure can return as if it still has the right to define you. But hear me clearly tonight. I do not speak to you the way shame speaks. I do not hold your past over you the way fear does. I do not keep you at a distance while reminding you of every weakness. I come near with truth, and my truth is full of mercy. I know what you have done, my child, and I also know who you are beneath the confusion, beneath the hurt, beneath the mistakes, beneath the long struggle to understand yourself. I know the child inside you who longed to be safe. I know the heart inside you that wanted love, peace, and steadiness. I know the places where pain distorted your choices. I know the places where fear clouded your vision. I know the places where weariness made you weak. This does not mean that wrong becomes right, but it does mean that my understanding of you is deeper than the harsh voices that try to condemn you. I see the full story, and because I see fully, I can heal rightly. Tonight I want you to let me come into the places where guilt has remained like a locked room. Let me enter the places where you still hide from grace. Let me enter the places where you still believe you must keep carrying what I have already invited you to surrender. There is no healing in hiding from me. There is no peace in avoiding my light. But there is mercy in bringing everything honestly into my presence. When you come to me with truth, I do not push you away. I receive you. When you come to me with repentance, I do not humiliate you. I cleanse you. When you come to me broken, I do not say you are too much for me. I say come closer, my child, and let my love do what your own striving cannot do. My child, repentance is not the same thing as despair. Repentance is not self-hatred. Repentance is not endless punishment. Repentance is a turning of the heart back toward me. It is the honest laying down of what has separated you from peace. It is the opening of the soul to mercy. It is the surrender of pride, excuses, and hiding. It is not meant to leave you crushed under shame. It is meant to bring you home to grace. That is why I call you back gently. That is why I speak your name with tenderness. That is why I do not stop reaching for you when you have wandered inside. I know how to call the heart back without breaking it. I know how to lead the soul out of darkness with patient love. There are nights when people feel they can rest physically, but not spiritually. Their body lies down, but their heart stays standing in defense. Their head touches the pillow, but their soul remains tense with inner accusation. Their breathing becomes slower, but their conscience still feels restless. My child, I do not want you to carry that kind of night alone. I want you to know the freedom of being seen and still loved. I want you to know the relief of confession met by mercy. I want you to know the soft release that comes when you stop defending yourself and simply let me wash what needs washing. There is peace in being forgiven. There is quiet in being restored. There is rest in no longer hiding. I hear every honest prayer that rises from a heavy heart. I hear the quiet cry that says, "Help me." I hear the silent confession that says, "I was wrong." I hear the trembling whisper that says, "I do not want to stay this way." I hear the exhausted surrender that says, "I cannot carry this anymore." My child, these prayers matter deeply to me. I do not ignore them because they are weak. I treasure them because they are real. I do not require polished speech from the broken. I listen for honesty. I listen for openness. I listen for the movement of a heart turning toward me, and when I hear it, I draw near with mercy. Sometimes you wonder if forgiveness can really reach the places where you feel most ashamed. You wonder if grace can touch the part of the story you least want to tell. You wonder if cleansing can truly reach what has stained your thoughts for so long. But my mercy is not small, and my cleansing is not shallow. I know how to wash the inner life. I know how to restore what has been bent by sin, sorrow, and confusion. I know how to create a new steadiness where there has been turmoil. I know how to soften what has become hard, and strengthen what has become weak. My forgiveness is not pretend. My forgiveness is living, healing, and powerful. When I forgive, I do not simply look away from the wound. I begin to restore the place where the wound has lived. My child, there are also wounds you carry because of what others have done to you. Not every burden in your heart is the result of your own choices. Some things were done to you unfairly. Some words were spoken over you carelessly. Some actions left marks in your memory that still ache. Some people failed you. Some people used your tenderness without honoring it. Some people brought confusion into places where trust should have been safe. I know those sorrows too. And I want you to know that I do not confuse your pain with your identity. What happened to you is not the final word over who you are. The harm done to you does not have the authority to define your soul. I know how to hold your pain without letting it become your master. There's a kind of exhaustion that comes from carrying injury without release. It stays in the body. It stays in the thoughts. It returns in the quiet. It teaches the heart to remain guarded. My child, I understand why some parts of you learn to stay on alert. I understand why trust became difficult. I understand why rest sometimes feels unsafe. But I am not like those who wounded you. I am faithful. I am clean in love. I am gentle in strength. I am patient with your fear. I do not force your healing. I walk with you through it. I do not shame you for taking time to trust. I remain steady while trust is rebuilt. This is part of my healing too, not only to forgive what you have done, but also to tend what has been done to you. Forgiveness toward others can feel difficult when the wound is deep. It can feel impossible when pain still lives close to the surface. But understand this, my child, forgiveness is not calling evil good. It is not denying the wound. It is not pretending nothing happened. It is placing the final judgment in my hands instead of letting bitterness become the ruler of your inner life. Bitterness promises protection, but it quietly poisons peace. Resentment promises strength, but it slowly hardens the soul. I do not ask you to carry that poison. I ask you to release people into my justice, and let your heart remain open to my healing. Forgiveness is often a journey, and I am patient with that journey. Bring me the anger. Bring me the hurt. Bring me the memory. Let me teach your soul how to loosen what has held it tightly for so long. My child, you do not need to fear my correction when it comes wrapped in love. I correct to restore, not to crush. I uncover so I can heal. I expose what harms you so I can free you. The enemy condemns in order to destroy hope, but I speak truth in order to bring life. That is why my voice feels different. Even when I lead you to face what is wrong, my presence still carries mercy. Even when I call you out of what is harmful, my heart is still turned toward your healing. You never have to be afraid that honesty before me will end in rejection. My child, honesty before me is the beginning of deeper peace. As you lie here tonight, let your heart rest in this truth. I hear you. I hear the prayer you never finished. I hear the sorrow you never explained. I hear the apology you whispered into the dark. I hear the longing to be clean inside. I hear the desire to feel close to me again. I hear the fear that maybe you have gone too far. And I answer that fear now with tenderness. No, my child, my mercy is deeper than your fear. My grace reaches further than your shame. My love is stronger than the darkness that tried to settle over your soul. Come close and let me carry what you were never meant to hold forever. There are burdens that become lighter the moment they are brought honestly into my hands. Not because the whole process finishes in one breath, but because the soul no longer carries them alone. This is one of the quiet miracles of grace. A child comes to me burdened and begins to leave lighter. A heart comes to me restless and begins to breathe easier. A soul comes to me stained by regret and begins to feel the first soft wind of cleansing. This is what I want for you tonight. I do not want your bed to become a place where every old accusation visits you. I want this night to become a place where mercy enters the room, where forgiveness speaks louder than fear, where your heart remembers that it is still safe in my care. My child, I carry more than your sin. I also carry your sorrow. I carry the grief of what was lost. I carry the sadness of what never became what you hoped. I carry the ache of relationships that broke your heart. I carry the tiredness of years spent trying to hold everything together. I carry the disappointment of prayers that seemed unanswered. I carry the loneliness of being misunderstood. I carry the fear that tomorrow will feel the same as today. Nothing is too tangled for me. Nothing is too heavy for me. Nothing is too repetitive for my patience. Bring it all. Let your soul stop sorting what is worthy of my care. If it touches your heart, I care about it. There is something holy that happens when a weary soul realizes it does not have to defend itself before love. It softens. It exhales. It begins to trust again. This is what I am inviting you into now. Lay down the inner argument. Lay down the effort to explain yourself to me. I already know. Lay down the fear that if you are honest, you will lose my closeness. You will not. My child, you find my closeness most deeply when you stop hiding. That is where grace becomes warm. That is where truth becomes healing. That is where peace begins to return to the nervous heart. Now let me wash over your mind with this simple truth. You are not abandoned in your struggle. You are not disqualified by your weakness. You are not beyond restoring grace. You are not too complicated for mercy. You are not too late for healing. I know the enemy likes to speak in final words: ruined, finished, rejected, beyond hope. But those are not my words over you. My words are gentler and stronger. My words call forth life. My words make room for renewal. My words rebuild trust. My words lead the heart back to peace. Stay under my words now. Let them become more familiar to you than the voices that have wounded you. My child, I also want to remind you that cleansing is not only about removing what is wrong, it is also about making room for what is right. When I wash your heart, I make room for peace. When I forgive you, I make room for joy. When I lift shame, I make room for confidence in my love. When I free you from what condemned you, I make room for new obedience, new tenderness, new clarity, new steadiness. My work is not only subtracting darkness, it is also planting light. It is also restoring beauty. It is also teaching your soul how to live unafraid in my presence. Let this become a night of surrender, my child. Surrender the guilt. Surrender the old replaying of failure. Surrender the names spoken over you that were never mine. Surrender the need to punish yourself in order to feel honest. Surrender the bitterness you have carried against others. Surrender the fear that healing will not come. Surrender the shame that keeps returning at the edge of sleep. Place it all into my hands. You do not need to hold it overnight. You do not need to bring it into your dreams. You do not need to wake tomorrow still gripping what grace invited you to release tonight. As you rest now, I want you to picture your soul becoming quieter under my care. The inner noise begins to fade. The self-accusation begins to weaken. The heart that has been bracing itself begins to soften. The conscience that has been troubled begins to feel clean air moving through it. The body that held tension begins to let go. This is my mercy at work. It is not violent. It is not rushed. It is steady. It is faithful. It is enough. I do not heal you by panic. I heal you by presence. I do not restore you by force. I restore you by love that remains. My child, I bend down to listen to you. I do not listen from far away. I come near to your pillow, near to your breath, near to your unspoken thoughts, near to your weary soul. I listen because I love you. I forgive because mercy is in my heart. I carry you because you were never meant to carry yourself alone. Remember that tonight. When your own strength feels low, I am still strong. When your own peace feels thin, my peace is still full. When your own heart feels uncertain, my love remains steady. Let yourself be carried. Let yourself be forgiven. Let yourself be held. And if there are tears in you tonight, let them come without fear. Tears are not always weakness. Sometimes they are the release of a burden too long held. Sometimes they are the soul letting go. Sometimes they are part of prayer when words are small. I receive them. I count them. I understand them. Nothing honest in you is wasted in my presence. Your sigh, your stillness, your whisper, your silence, your tears, all of these can become prayer when offered to me. Now the room grows quieter again, and my peace settles more deeply over you. Let your eyes become heavy. Let your breathing stay slow. Let your mind rest from judging itself. Let your heart rest from defending itself. Let your soul receive the gift of mercy. I am here, my child. I hear you. I forgive you. I carry you. I will not leave you in the place where guilt and sorrow tried to make their home. I am making room for peace inside you. I am making room for rest. I am making room for a new morning. Sleep now under grace, my child. Sleep with a clean heart before me. Sleep with your burdens released into my care. Sleep with the quiet knowledge that my mercy is still greater than every fear. Sleep knowing that I am still near, still listening, still healing, and still loving you with a faithful love that does not fail. My child, I pray that my mercy will wash your heart, lift your guilt, heal your wounds, free you from bitterness, and carry you into deep and peaceful rest tonight. My child, the night is now very still, and I am still watching over you with unwavering care. You have come with me through quiet beginnings, through deeper breath, through healing music, through mercy for the hidden places, and now I want to lead your heart into a final resting place of peace. I want to settle your soul in truth that will remain with you, not only for this night, but for the days that will follow. I want you to know that my word is not distant from your real life. My word is not cold instruction placed far above your need. My word is living light. My word is gentle guidance. My word is strength for the weak, calm for the troubled, direction for the uncertain, and rest for the soul that longs to be safely led. You live in a world where many voices speak at once. Some voices pull with fear. Some voices tempt with quick comfort. Some voices shame. Some voices flatter. Some voices confuse. Some voices promise peace and leave emptiness behind. If your heart listens to every voice, it becomes tired and divided. That is why I speak to you with steady love. I do not want your life to be ruled by the noise around you. I want your inner world to learn the sound of my truth. My child, when my word becomes familiar to your heart, many fears begin to lose their authority. The soul grows steadier. The mind becomes less troubled. The path becomes clearer one step at a time. My word is a lamp, not always a floodlight. It often gives enough light for the next step, and then enough light for the step after that. I know you often want to see far ahead. You want answers about tomorrow, about timing, about people, about outcomes, about the parts of your life that still feel uncertain. I understand that desire. But if I showed you everything at once, your heart might still miss the simple piece of walking closely with me. I do not lead you by giving endless control. I lead you by giving faithful presence. I do not calm you by putting your whole future into your hands. I calm you by reminding you that your future is already in mine. My child, there have been times when you feared that not knowing everything meant that you were unsafe. There have been moments when uncertainty felt like danger. There have been seasons when unanswered questions sat heavily on your chest and followed you into the night. But uncertainty does not cancel my care. A road can be unknown to you and still known fully by me. A season can feel unclear to you and still be held securely within my wisdom. You do not have to see all things to be deeply kept. You only need to stay near to me. My presence can hold what your understanding cannot. I know how often you have tried to carry tomorrow before it came. You have rehearsed conversations, imagined outcomes, feared losses, built defenses, and exhausted your spirit by living ahead of your actual day. My child, let my word draw you back into the peace of the present moment. Tomorrow is not asking for your worry tonight. Tomorrow is not asking for your panic tonight. Tonight is asking for surrender. Tonight is asking for trust. Tonight is asking for a soft and willing heart that can say, I do not know all things, but I am held by the one who does. This kind of trust does not make you weak. It makes you free. My child, I know every thought that passes through your mind. I know the ones you speak aloud, and I know the ones you barely admit to yourself. I know the thought that says maybe I will never change. I know the thought that says maybe I am too tired to keep going. I know the thought that says maybe I am behind. I know the thought that says maybe I have missed what was meant for me. I know the thought that says maybe I am not enough. My child, none of these thoughts are hidden from me, and none of them frighten me. I know how to answer each one with truth, not harshly, but steadily. I know how to untangle lies with love. I know how to bring light into the places where confusion tried to settle. There are times when your heart has felt surrounded by stress, by opposition, by misunderstanding, by inner struggle, by memories, by fear, by the demands of daily life. In those times it may have seemed as though peace was very far away. But hear me now, my peace is not defeated by what surrounds you. I can prepare calm in the middle of noise. I can preserve tenderness in the middle of pressure. I can guard your inner life in the middle of strain. My protection is not only around your body, it is also over your soul. I know how to shield what is precious in you. I know how to keep your heart from collapsing under what it was never meant to carry alone. My child, do not mistake the presence of struggle for the absence of my care. Some of my most tender work happens while a battle is still unfolding. Some of my deepest strengthening happens while questions remain. Some of my clearest leading happens while the path still looks narrow. I do not abandon my child until life becomes easier. I stay present in the very place where endurance is needed. That is why I want your heart to become rooted in something deeper than changing circumstances. I want you to be rooted in my character. I want you to remember that I am good when the day is calm, and I am still good when the night feels long. I am faithful in ease, and I am faithful in strain. I am not two different saviors depending on the season. I remain the same. My child, I formed you, I know you, and I stay near to you. Before others had opinions about your life, I knew you. Before you knew your own patterns, I knew you. Before you could name your own fears, I knew you. There's comfort in being fully known by one who also fully loves. You do not need to explain yourself into my compassion. You do not need to achieve your way into my care. You do not need to hide your real condition from me in order to stay close. I see the whole person, your longing, your wounds, your gifts, your weariness, your tenderness, your hope, your confusion, your strength, your limits. And seeing all of this, I still call you my child. There's a deep kind of rest that enters the soul when it realizes it is known and held at the same time. Many people can endure being seen if they believe they must. Many people can endure being tolerated if there is no other choice. But your heart was made for something more healing than endurance alone. Your heart was made to be received in love. I receive you, my child. I receive the parts of you that are flourishing, and I receive the parts of you that still need gentle care. I receive the faith that burns bright, and I receive the faith that trembles quietly. I receive the joy, and I receive the sorrow. Nothing honest in you pushes me away. My word also teaches you something important about waiting. Waiting is not always empty space. Waiting is often holy space where roots go deeper. Waiting can become a place where trust is purified, where motives are softened, where pride is loosened, where hidden fears are brought into light, where my voice becomes clearer than the demand for immediate answers. The world sees waiting as delay, but I can use it as formation. The world sees slowness as failure, but I can use it as protection. My child, when you cannot move ahead quickly, do not assume I have left you behind. Sometimes I am simply deepening you before I unfold what comes next. You have seen how quickly hearts become drained when they live only by reaction. One hard word, one disappointment, one fear, one delay, one comparison, and suddenly the soul is thrown into unrest. But my word teaches a different way. It teaches you to return inwardly to me. It teaches you to place my truth over the feelings that rise and fall. It teaches you to remember what is eternal when daily life feels unstable. This does not mean you stop feeling. It means your feelings no longer lead you where they please. I lead you. My truth leads you. My love teaches your emotions where to rest. My child, there may be people who oppose you, misunderstand you, or fail to honor your heart well. There may be moments when you are treated unfairly, overlooked, dismissed, or spoken of without kindness. In those moments, it is easy for the soul to grow hard or defensive. But let my words steady you. I am your vindicator. I am your shepherd. I am not blind to what happens around you. I see the motives others hide. I see the wounds they cause. I see the pressure placed on you. I see what was just and what was not. You do not need to carry the full burden of proving yourself before every person. Some battles are not healed by your effort to explain. Some matters are safest in my hands. Let me be your defender, and let your soul remain free enough to keep its peace. This does not mean you become passive in a harmful way. It means you stop making fear your refuge. It means you stop making control your shelter. It means you stop allowing the actions of others to decide the condition of your inner life. My child, your peace is too precious to be handed over to every careless word. Your tenderness is too sacred to be ruled by every unkind person. Stay under my care. Let me teach you when to speak, when to be silent, when to step back, when to remain, when to grieve, when to release, and when to wait. My guidance is not rushed, and it is not confused. I know the way through what seems tangled. My child, I want you to remember also that peace is not the same as numbness. Peace is alive. Peace is aware. Peace is steady in me. Numbness tries to stop feeling because it fears pain. Peace remains open because it trusts my care. Numbness withdraws to survive. Peace abides in my presence and finds strength there. I am not calling you to shut down your heart. I am calling you to root it in my love so deeply that fear no longer has the final say. A heart at peace can still feel sorrow. A heart at peace can still weep. A heart at peace can still long. But under all of that, it rests in me. There is also hope I want to leave with you tonight. Hope for morning. Hope for the next season. Hope for the slow work I am doing in you even now. My child, not every good thing has already happened in your life. Not every beautiful chapter is behind you. Not every answer is lost. Not every closed door means the end of my kindness. I am still able to surprise you with goodness. I am still able to heal what looked too deep. I am still able to open what seemed shut. I am still able to bring companions, help, provision, clarity, and unexpected peace. I am still working. Do not let weariness persuade you that your story has become smaller than my power. Sometimes hope returns quietly, like the first light before sunrise. It does not always enter with loud emotion. It may come as a small easing of fear. It may come as a thought that says maybe I am still held. It may come as a deeper breath. It may come as a renewed willingness to trust me with one more day. Do not despise small hope. Small hope is still hope. A tiny light still pushes back darkness. A gentle reassurance still matters. A little peace is still the beginning of great peace when it grows in my presence. Let hope return this way if it must, slowly, softly, honestly. My child, morning will come in its time. When it does, I will not have vanished. I will still be the same one who watched over you in the dark. I will still be the same one who listened to your unspoken prayers. I will still be the same one who covered you while you slept. Carry that truth into the day. Let it follow you into conversation, work, decision, uncertainty, and waiting. My peace is not meant to stay only beside your pillow. It is meant to become a way of walking with me. Return to my word. Return to my presence. Return to the quiet center where I remind you that you are mine. And when the day feels loud again, remember what I have taught you in the night. Remember that your worth does not rise and fall with productivity. Remember that your identity is not decided by the opinions of those around you. Remember that your future is not held together by fear. Remember that my love remains when your strength feels low. Remember that my word is a lamp for the next step. Remember that waiting is not abandonment. Remember that being known by me is greater than being approved by everyone. Remember that peace is not found by controlling everything, but by resting in my faithful care. My child, if you wake in the night again, I am still here. If anxious thoughts try to return, bring them back under my voice. If old fear begins to whisper, answer it by remembering my nearness. If sorrow stirs again, let it rest in my hands. You do not fail because peace must be received again and again. This is part of life with me. Return to me as often as you need. I do not grow weary of being your refuge. I do not tire of calming your heart. I do not turn away because you need comfort more than once. My mercies remain new, and my patience remains full. Now the final quiet of this night settles around you. Let your soul rest in the simple truth that I know you, I guide you, I protect you, and I love you. Let your body sink deeper into stillness. Let your breath remain easy. Let your thoughts grow few. Let your heart release its final tension. Let this bed become a place of trust. Let this room become a place of blessing. Let this night become a holy reminder that even in darkness you are not alone. My word is near. My love is near. My peace is near. I want you to sleep with this assurance, my child, I am leading you. Even when you do not fully understand, I am leading you. Even when progress feels slow, I am leading you. Even when healing is still unfolding, I am leading you. Even when the future is not visible, I am leading you. My hand is steady. My eye is on you. My love has not loosened its hold. Rest in that. Let it be enough for tonight. Let it carry you into sleep. And as this final part comes to rest, I speak one more gentle truth over your spirit. You are not forgotten in my kingdom. You are not misplaced in my plan. You are not too weak for my love. You are not too late for my goodness. You are not too wounded for my healing. You are not too small for my purpose. You are my child, and I will keep leading you in peace, one step, one breath, one quiet night, and one new morning at a time. Sleep now, my child, under the shelter of my word, under the calm of my presence, under the tenderness of my care, and under the hope that I am preparing a new day for you. My child, I pray that my word will guide your steps, guard your heart, renew your hope, steady your mind, and carry you into deep and peaceful rest tonight.